You know you need to hit record in order to record. I feel a little bit out of the loop. Short recap. I've been written sick for June, July, and today it's the last of July, so yeah, I'm trying to slowly come back. The thing is, when you have your own business, is that if you're not working, nobody's working. Health update: still don't have one, still have a fever, still really tired and in a lot of pain, still don't know why, and nobody seems to know why either. So I'm still just waiting to see the diagnostic team in Gothenburg. But we are in holiday season in Sweden, so between June to August everything just stands still, and everybody accepts it, because in Sweden, no matter sort of whatever job you have or class of people or whatever, everybody lives for June, August. Like, that is sacred time. My initial strategy is to, prepare, make a plan for the week, to do inventory of what I have, and then hopefully have the shop up on Thursday. So I have here some stuff I've been working on just before I was sick, written sick. I don't know what the right translation is. Maybe we can check when I have my computer. I bought a rug, by the way, and I got art prints. So now I just put them here because I was like, translate, Google Translate, go here all the time. Well, sick leave. It just says sick leave. I hate Google Translate also, because sometimes it's not the word I'm thinking about, and I use Google Translate a lot just for spell checking. I use it to write in English and spell check my Swedish too, so it goes both ways. Not to mention when I do French. Oh gosh, when I do French. Anyway, what I was saying is that I had picked out a lot of colors here that were ready to be cleaned, named, and wrapped to go out into the shop before I left. And I have pulled out here a bunch, but I think what I have done is that I pulled all of them out that I have here that needed extra. So for example, I have Helena, but I don't have the actual wraps. I just have this. Well, I do have these, but that's the old one that doesn't fit properly. So I need to make new ones and print them out and that kind of stuff. So I think that's why it's here. But I have, let's see here. I don't know if I can get all of them ready this week. I think that's a little bit too ambitious, but I have Agneta, and I think I can manage to do Algot. I have named that already. And also, so many asked about Opium. So Opium is named. I just need to print out the wraps for Opium. And we also have this Misdeed. So in the Dimma set, I have one color that is Albert, named after my Albert. That is a burnt sienna, beautiful burnt sienna. And I was making a new batch, and I had run out of pigment, but I had bought more, made it. I was making it, and I was like, it looks a little bit darker, but it was just before I got, I was not feeling well, and I just needed stuff to get done, just to keep everything up. And I put it all into the pans that had already one fill, and I was so happy finally being able just to ship them out or set them up in the shop. And then I was like, it's not the same color. So I think, so this one you can see pretty clear that the original Albert is at the bottom. You can see that really red tint to it. And then this one has a much more brown, almost like a blue cast to it. Now, it is normal for the colors to look different when you see them from the side, because obviously there is plastic in between, they dry differently and all of that, but this is a different color altogether. And I was like, oh, I had done a first pour on Albert a few months ago, and I had 75, 80 half pans, and I had filled all of them with this. It's the same pigment, same number, same name. It's burnt sienna, but this one is from a different brand because I couldn't get it from the other one. Time out. Time off. The time is out. Anyway, so I have put the baking paper on all of them, and I have painted Helena. So 5 sheets of that. Before I did like as much as I needed, and then I upped it to 3, and now I'm like, we need to go to 5 sheets, so I don't need to do it every time because it takes such a long time. Because here we also have Harry, we have a new color, we have Algot, and I don't know what I did, but well, I say like I don't know what I did. I know exactly what I did. I printed Harry twice, so I have 10 sheets of Harry. And I have like maybe 20, 25 half pans. Anyway. So I don't think I will ever need to make more Harry wraps. Waiting for the doctor. The doctor is supposed to be calling at 1. That has come and gone. So I was thinking, if I start filming, he might call. No? No. He works every other time. Yeah. So the doctor did call. So the thing is, if you're not up to date on my very interesting medical journey, is I have fibromyalgia, and this autumn I got a bad case of the COVID, and it just hasn't really, I think, as a non-medical person, I think it just hasn't let go, and I have some form of post-COVID stuff. However, because you can't just see one doctor, they just switch places all the time. The doctor I'm having now, he sent a referral to a specialist diagnostic clinic. It's all very Dr. Housey. I just don't get to meet them because that seems redundant apparently. So I got this letter that was sent in the middle of July. The Swedish Post Service is on point. It says that the diagnostic team recommends, among other things, to get a checkup from my dentist. So I called my local care facility because there's no way I can contact the people that actually do this, because that seems too logical. So I called them last week. They said, we have no idea what you're talking about. We're going to have someone call you on Monday. This guy. So it's not my normal doctor, because my normal doctor, he is on summer vacation. I had a whole spiel about the summer vacation just before, like that is sacred time. Anyway, so he is the one who has written this letter. So I asked him. So the dental thing is just for the dentist to rule out there is not something in the teeth. And I get that. And I just been. So my teeth are as good as it possibly can be with the enamel issues that I do have. We don't need to go into that. What bothers me is that there is no way for me to contact this specialist clinic, and it says they recommend, among other things. So I asked him, what other things? And he was like, well, the dentist thing. I don't know if he actually said anything, because this is not my doctor, this is not on his case. So I'm just like, well, also, apparently, I need to do notes when I talk to the doctors, because otherwise, apparently there was something wrong with the tests. Like, there were, and they say it has to be wrong with the actual physical handling with the tests. But why they don't contact me and ask me to do them again? But apparently there's still infection in the body and they don't know why. Anyway, he booked, so my proper doctor will call me next week on Tuesday. And the thing is, like, I'm really grateful to live what I do, being able to have the medical. I don't need to worry about the cost of it, as I know other people around the world have to. And I'm really grateful for that we, in a way, can afford to be sick, in the way that the treatment doesn't cost anything. Of course, it costs to live without working. Yep, I'm done ranting. I'm going to see if I can have some lunch, and then I just get so worked up at having talked to the doctors. I get so annoyed. Like, what was the point of him doing this when he has absolutely no idea what this is about? I was going to cut some vinyl. That was what I was doing. I was sitting in front of the computer because I wanted to print out vinyl to put on my palettes. while I'm finishing off this painting of Albert, I thought I was just going to do a very quick little section where I tell you that I have talked to my proper doctor earlier this week, and nothing new. I have been in and taking more blood just to rule out Lyme disease. So right now I feel like everything we do is ruling stuff out, which is good, but there's so much to rule out. And I was asking him, like, is it possible that it's just post-COVID and not some weird cancer thing? And he's like, yeah, it is possible. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, so medical updates are few and far between. And even though when I get to talk to the medical people, I don't always get anything out of having talked to them, as you saw previously here. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to feel bad, obviously, and have a fever all the time and having the fibro before. But it's also hard constantly worrying what it is, because I can't help it. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes it better or worse. If there is anything I can do to make it better or worse, because we don't know what it is. All we know is that the fibro is normal and the fever is not, and it should not be there, but it is. So anyway, that's pretty much the long and short of it. However, I have started working 2 hours a day. I mentioned here previously in the video that I was doing 2.5, which technically is 25% of what I did before. But I just felt like all the days that I did that, the last half hour, just it was too much. And instead of being annoyed with myself every day, I just said, okay, 2 hours. I'm setting the timer on my phone, and after 2 hours it's done, and I can feel like I've actually done something without having negative feelings on myself later, and that's better for now. So yeah, even though it is hard too, because it is my own business and I want to do all the things, I want to do all the things that I have to do to get them out of the way. I have so many things I want to do for the future, for the upcoming, for new colors and everything, but I just need to pace myself and to prioritize. So today it is vlog editing, and I'm really glad I'm finally getting around to it, because it's taking about 2 weeks. But I'm glad that I'm getting to it. So yeah, I've also noticed that obviously I have not filmed as much. It hasn't been very much like filmed in the studio, but I'm hoping that's okay. I've started editing a little bit on the next vlog too, and there's a little bit more puppies and chickens and some bedroom moving, so I'm really excited about that. So that will be a more just life vlog, I suppose. But yeah, it is what it is. The vlogs are what I'm currently up to, and right now it ain't much. Everything right now is these 2 hours. They usually don't stick together. Usually I divide them up. And then also knitting, rude, that's Bruno. So knitting has been everything, sort of, and it's been really nice to have something completely different to focus on, that I can sort of just dive into, and I've really loved that. So I'm really glad I have knitting, and I'm going to talk a bit more about that in next week's vlog. I'm all made up, as you can see. I'm looking like a live human being who isn't sick with fever. hopefully, right? No, but it is my sister, she's getting married, so it is her pre-wedding thing. Yep, so that's up, and yeah, yeah, so I took a shower and braided my hair, so I'm all ready. I don't need to be worried about not having time to fix my face or anything. So when it's time to go, I can just go. And I tell you, this is life right now. Everything is planning, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I try to make myself like as little effort as possible on these kind of things. So yeah, anyway, that is a side tangent, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really great day. Take care, and I hope to see you soon.